Yo, blazing fire. Yeah, man, this is Ras out of Belize. And the time has come for the lions to tell our own story. Right? Yeah, man. We blaze fire, burning fire, burning the wicked and the dirty vampire. Yeah, man, Ras said that. Blazing fire. Lion, boy.
The fittest of the fittest shall survive. My people, open your eyes. Wake up. Blessed love, this is Queen Omega representing for all lions and lionesses. With the lion's voice, we come to tell our story. Ras Tafari, live it. Hey, the lion's voice. Ras Tafari.
Because of how much I respected His Majesty's words, right? Even before I got to read his autobiography, just how I respected him as a world leader. I wanted to go find the people who were serving him or putting him on the same pedestal that I had put him because of what he meant to me. So it was His Imperial Majesty before it was even Rastafari for me.
The year is 1892, and the land of Ethiopia has been experiencing 4 years of terrible famine and drought. They call it the Kikuken, or the Evil Days. At least 1/3 of the human population and 90% of the cattle have died. The hyenas have feasted on so many carcasses that they have become overweight and barely able to move. Just when the people could take no more of the evil days, a woman named Wasiro Yeshimabet is giving birth in a place called Ergersa Gora. This is her 9th attempt to bring forth new life. Her previous 8 attempts only resulted in death. Will this child live? Thankfully, a healthy baby boy is born. His first cries are drowned by thunder and lightning flashes across the night sky. The heavens open up and torrential rain starts to fall. Ethiopia's drought is over, and the baby boy is given the name Tafari, meaning one to be feared or respected. Lich Tafari's father, Ras Makunin, is a very important man in 1892 Ethiopia. Although he is overjoyed at the birth of his newborn son, he cannot spend much time with him. Ras Makunin is the governor of Harar and must get back to the famous walled city to deal with its affairs. Furthermore, he is the foreign minister of Ethiopia, and having traveled to different places in Europe, he is very aware of the material and military advances they have made and the looming threats they pose to his country. Ras Makunin knows that the majority of Ethiopians have no idea what is coming, and that he has to work that much harder to secure the realm. Lich Tafari would grow up to become the legendary emperor, Haile Selassie I. To understand his journey, we must first understand the Ethiopia that he was inheriting, and what it was like when he was born in 1892. Get your copy of Kwesi Bansu's book, Haile Selassie I, Ethiopia, Volume 1, The Rise of the Priestly Warrior Kings, and increase your knowledge about the history, politics, and culture of Ethiopia in 1892, and how it connects to the rest of African and world history at the time. Haile Selassie I, Ethiopia, Volume 1 is available for purchase at www.bookmanexpress.pub. Please visit for more information.
So it really was when I got to university that Afrocentrism, Christianity came to a head.
You find yourself over Taylor Hall.
Exactly. I find myself over Taylor Hall. Naturally, I am magnetized to that space. And I meet some of the most interesting people and some of my now dearest friends there in the midst of some deep reasoning. And it was not aggressive reasoning. They were very patient with me because I was very, sure of my beliefs. And without putting me down or without, cursing out my belief system, they were able to, because they were informed, show me how one thing led to the other. And that helped me now look at the Bible in a different way.
Okay.
Right? Because I had by the time I got to university, I was already reading deeply about the Afrocentric roots of the Bible, like the ancient roots of the Bible. And I started to, and especially when you go to church, because you go into church in Kingston, I was no longer in my father's church. I was in the church of no town pastor, a society pastor.
Yes, yes.
Town church is different from country
Different.
church. It's
Yes,
no
yes.
longer, the pastor takes care of the community. It's more, everybody's taking care of the pastor, and the pastor
Oh,
is,
okay.
and it just felt very different. And that is the roots of the song Mr. Preacher Man.
Mr. Preacher Man, big song
Yeah?
too. Yeah, man.
One of my father's favorite songs,
I
actually.
have my top 5 John 9 songs here. We're gonna go through, because I'm a person that watched from the early uprising,
Mhm.
and I'm so elated. But continue.
Right. So as I moved through the university space and started to kind of form my own perspectives and put all of the things I was learning and hearing together. And back in the day, like, if you tell me something, you have to show me the book where it's written so I can read the book now. And I can go and do my own research. You can't just come tell me nothing. And I was talking to people who could show me the literature. So it made a difference. And I really appreciated that that's how they approached it. Nobody was cowing me down. We were not having heated debates over nothing and talking about, it wasn't about Rasta. It was about His Imperial Majesty. And it helped me to understand who he was. It made me want to know who he was, and in really sitting and learning and reading, it made such a profound impact on me when I started to read his words. And after I left university, I mean, that's when I learned all about steaming and really started to use herb in a medicinal way.
Yes,
Used
yes,
to burn only for spliffs, and we
yes,
couldn't talk to our parents about ganja at that time because bun spliff and ganja
yes,
smoking, and ganja
yes,
smoking, the smoking of it triggers something in church people.
yes.
So them go smell it is a thing. So I would be, away from home a lot. With my brethren in the reasoning in some places where a decent young lady should not be, right?
Yes, yes,
But that is where the groundings were happening. So that is where I was, with
yes,
my
yes.
10 little spliff in my thing and rolling and all that.
Okay, okay.
But
Listen with the
started
genre.
exactly, as I started to steam, I
Yeah,
started to smoke less. And
okay.
because I grew up with like asthma and bronchitis and chronic sinusitis and all of these things that you get when you're vaccinated when you're young, um,
Wow.
I really learned how to use the steam chalice to mitigate against the asthmatic attacks. And
Okay.
I remember almost having an attack on campus and being unable to find anything other than the steamers and watching it calm my bronchial system down, like watching it bring me down onto that space. And I just stopped smoking after that. And it was just steaming. And that was back in 2000, maybe we were talking about 2000, between 2002 and
Okay.
2004. So we're talking about 20 years of steaming.
You look very young. You look very
I
young.
know, right?
I would never imagine.
Yeah, I
Um,
turned 41 this year.
wow.
So a testament to taking good care of yourself
Yeah, man.
and staying out of mix up. Right, is how we do this.
Very beautiful. Talk to me about the first memory of Dr. Kadamawi Knife. I met Kadamawi Knife in 2001. I was doing research at the Norman Manley Law School,
Mm-hmm.
and the janitor came and said, Ras, said there's a Ras over, Taylor Hall and the way, and him take me over to Kadamawi Knife, and him hand me a steam chalice as me enter. And from there, a connection was made. What was the first experience with this brethren?
So Knife was a fearsome creature. That is how those who would experience him would probably describe him. And I remember, because it wasn't just him, I had other virgins who lived on Taylor Hall as well.
Okay, okay,
And virgins who were in my same program. I was doing psychology at the time, and I had a set of virgins. They were twins from Grenada. One of them
okay.
was doing a similar course to Knife, and the other one was doing the same course as me. And so there you go. I don't remember. It was a very long time ago. We were all studying together, and those guys were like some of my best friends, and that is where they were. And
Okay.
I was invited into the space, and of course, it's like, knife. And of course, I'm very sure of myself. I'm like, yeah, it's that virgin.
Yeah.
And I started to, and I guess he realized that I was a Christian, or I was of that faith, and kind of segueing out of the whole Christian, etc., or in that place where that was still where I was.
Yes.
And just conversations that I was having, I think he opened his heart. But he was willing to speak with me because I wasn't around there looking, man. I was around there reasoning with the virgins.
Yeah,
And I
man.
wanted to learn about the steam chalice. I wanted to build my own. And I think that really kind of inspired him. Like, oh, okay. And he helped me to build my first chalice. And everything you need to build a chalice is on the university campus. There are trees, there's big bamboo, there is slim bamboo, there is the clay makers right on the outskirts, at the time to make the kutches, and there's herb up the road. So everything you need was there. And of course, when you're steaming and you're sitting in the middle of the day, it is a cool place to rest, and at the same time, food running around there is strictly ital around there, the original no bone zone. And so you're eating well. There's fruits always, because anywhere knife is, there's going to be like fresh food.
Abundant, yes.
Once him realize you're a respectable person and you can reason, and him let you in, you go and get some of the food we're on. And anybody know me know I love my belly. So knife was one of my favorite people, because if knife is there, that means that there's some there as well. And then some other Ras Tafari virgins came amongst, and it was always the humblest of virgins that were there. And even knife, as fearsome as he was, it is interesting because he is not a man to shout at you. I mean, he's raising his voice in passionate conversation, but when it matters, he is really a good educator. He's a good teacher. So I was able to get a lot of insight from those several hours and hours of discussion from day till night, sometimes missing crucial classes because the reasoning was much more important.
Yes, crucial grounding. Did you have locks at that time, or?
I did. I started after I cut my hair in high school, I kept it bald for like a year and a half, and then I started to just grow it natural. Grow my little afro and twist it up when I felt like, or just let it stay wild. I like the free form. And then I twisted it up when I was in university, when I was going into university, and I never pulled it out, and it just did start.
Okay, nice, beautiful. So,
so what? In other words, my journey with my hair is not a Rastafari thing.
Yes,
it is an Afrocentric thing. It is me wanting my natural hair, me wanting to have a relationship with it. And I think, actually, no, if I was starting that journey again now, my locks would probably look different. If I would have locks at all, my hair would definitely be natural. But back in the day, as women, we know there wasn't a lot of information about how to take care of black hair.
Yes.
And so it's either you're going to cream it or you're going to press it. But there weren't all these products that help you to, define your curl pattern and these things that help you to do the things on your own. And I never really liked sitting for no long time with nobody in my head. And, you have the trauma of sitting down and conking fingers and all of these things. So I just was like, I don't want to have to comb it. I want it to just do its thing because, So now that there's all of these things, and you grow up and you realize, the Nazarene vow and all of these things and the restaurant tradition, and even though His Majesty never have locks, because of how much I respected His Majesty's words, right? Even before I got to read his autobiography, just how I respected him as a world leader. I wanted to go find the people who were serving him, or putting him on the same pedestal that I had put him because of what he meant to me. So it was His Imperial Majesty before it was even Rastafari.
Wow. Yeah, Rastafari, Emperor Haile Selassie the first. Tell the people about him, Brass Many.
stars they fall, and the moon turn into blood, but to the coming war we stand tall. I will shower you with my love, and even when the people start ball, cause they see the city streets them flood, but when the hurricane blow down their wall, I'll be by your side and me nah budge. Think I found the love of a lifetime. I love you every day or the night time. Almighty, I made your light shine, and unto I, your love was a lifeline. Think I found the love of a lifetime. I love you every day or the night time. Almighty, I made your light shine, and unto I, that light was a lifeline. It seems like the world is upside down. I will never hide, I'd rather stand my ground. Lion of Judah blessed with the triple crown. Can't come fool I with no circus clown. Now fear no hurricane or the cyclone. Respect for Mama Earth with that embedded on me bone. That's why I will never leave you alone. Protect you from harm when the alarm sound. So even when the stars they fall, and the moon turn into blood, to the coming war we stand tall. I will shower you with my love, and even when the people start ball, cause they see their city streets them flood, when the hurricane blow down our wall, I'll be by your side and me not budge. Think I found the love of a lifetime. I love you every day or the night time. The Almighty, I made your light shine, and unto I, your light was a lifeline. I think I found the love of a lifetime. I love you every day or the night time. The Almighty, I made your light shine, and unto I, your love was a lifeline. They say hurt people, maybe that's why Babylon them so evil. Maybe Babylon abuse as a child. That's why them no like the light when you smile. That's why them no like how your body curve. The way how you dance keep on Babylon nerve. Them no know how the Almighty you serve. Want to be a queen, so a king you deserve. And I'll be by your side when things get worse. When the city flood cause the dam just burst. When you can depend on no state or church. Firm like a menin and Haile Selassie first. So even when the stars they fall, and the moon turn into